Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Greta if you're new here, and I'm super excited to have you with me. If you don't know, my favorite type of fragrance is something where I can be girly, where it's like a fruity, sweet, gourmand, and kind of like a dessert. They will always have a piece of my heart. Yes, I love so many different types of fragrances and appreciate so many in so many different circumstances, and some of them just for how artistic they are. But what I really love wearing over and over again is the sweet gourmands. And I do tend to favor more of like a fruity or dessert kind of gourmand. In any case, I wanted to do my favorite sweet gourmand fragrances because there's so many, and some I haven't talked about in a while, and you know, the love is still there. I don't declutter my stuff. I know some people do it just for the sake of making space. You kind of have to make room to try more stuff, but you know, I keep them and still wear them. And I've recently been going through my collection and pulling out other fragrances I haven't worn in a while and just kind of, you know, getting reacquainted with them. There's so many that I really love and haven't talked about. So the love is not lost on, you know, I've actually been wearing Armani C Fiore a lot lately just because I've been spending a lot of alone time recovering, and this just really comforts me, and I thought, to heck with it. I'm doing it for me because I don't like talking about it because it's discontinued in the US. You know, it sounds like you can still get it in Europe, and you know, you are lucky. And I got some of my backups in Europe while traveling, but Armani C Fiore with that blackcurrant vanilla musk, it's just a piece of my heart. I love this thing. It sticks on my clothes. It'll be there the next day. If I spray it in my pajamas, like it'll be there the next day. And the Happy Land Paisley Dreams is, again, this like a fruity, ambery, vanilla honey musk that really has longevity and gives me that sweet, comforting kind of thing also. But you heard me talk about these to the point of ad nauseum that I won't, you know, yes, I still love them, but let me tell you about a bunch of others. So if you like those kind of perfumes and you want to hear all these others in my collection, stay tuned for that. Now, one of them is fairly new, and it is by Erin Terrence Hughes, and it's Hard Candy. Now, I think this is limited edition along with the one that High Voltage that it came out with. If so, I would grab this one. If you like his DNA, I find this one to probably be the most mass appealing for women. It is the most candied one. It's truly hard candy, like hard candies. He's a little cheeky when he writes the notes on his website. There is no MMA in here. He's just being cheeky. And, you know, he loves double entendres and all that sort of thing. He's just, you know, he's being funny. But it's meant to smell like Starburst candies. And there is that like hard-boiled candies in here. It's an incredible sillage and longevity on these. But you really get this like ambery, fruity candy. You get like strawberry and pineapple. Gosh, this one is good. I think there's that Thai oud that he also uses, which is kind of a sweet oud. It's not like a stinky oud. It's not even like a woodsy wood or a really deep, rich wood. It's a very kind of sweet, soft kind of oud smell to it, which goes really well with these sweet fragrances. But this one is phenomenal if you like sweet, heavy fragrances. It's rich, it's got longevity, it's gonna swirl around you. I did wear this in the heat hiking. There weren't people around me, really, maybe in passing, so it didn't matter. It was just me enjoying my ride. There was no one to offend in the heat. But I really, really liked this. And it handled it pretty well, but it was like the 70s. It wasn't super high heat like we've been having. Next up, I haven't talked about in a while, and I absolutely love this. Amouage Love Tuberose. Whew, this one is like the white florals and tuberose in there and whipped cream. It's that whipped cream that just gets me on this, that gives it that really sweet girly facet that I just love. Who doesn't want to smell like whipped cream and flowers, right? Like that's pretty darn awesome. You just smell like a beautiful feminine edible treat. And for that, I absolutely love it. And this is Amouage, so there is really good performance on these as well. There's our Beasts. I think they're all extracts, but they are phenomenal. Highly recommend Love Tuberose. By Parfums de Marly, Oriana. Now, this one, you know, kind of had a bumpy entrance, didn't she? I absolutely love this one. I do, however, cringe at the performance on it, and it's not so much that the performance really isn't that great. It's that it changes from this powerful fragrance to this very demure, musky, light kind of fragrance that's very anticlimactic in comparison to the first few hours. But again, it is this like berries. It's like red berries and this whipped cream marshmallow kind of haze about you. The same kind of haze that like Love Don't Be Shy and like Killian, Princess, I don't need a prince by my side to be a princess. That same kind of marshmallow kind of cloud around you, but with berries. That is so yummy, sweet, delicious. There's also that vanilla in there, giving it that sweetness with that whipped cream. And it's so yummy, but then after a few hours of that nice big body to this fragrance, this nice thick cloud around you, to this skin scent, it's just kind of like a scratching record, like skid marks. It's just kind of this halted stop to this kind of really demure fragrance. So I think, you know, it just got a bad rap for that, but it's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And now that it's not so brand new, you can find it now for a better price too. And I think they have it at Dora Parfums, which I will have a link down below to them, and you can save some money using my link there. And they have incredible service. They're in the LA area, Los Angeles. Okay, this one defies them all because it's not fruity and whipped cream, but you know I'm just head over heels for this one. I think it just won the 2022 award for Best Gourmand, so how can I not put it in here? But it is by Narcotica, and it's Dolce Diablo. Woo, this one, man almighty. I mean, and it just comes barreling out the gate, this fragrance, with its indulgence. And it is indulgent and rich, but distinct. It's very distinct with this fresh and dried apricots and this beautiful high quality chocolate coating on it, like it's been dunked in chocolate. Oh my goodness. And a little bit of like cognac or rum or booze, that like a really good high quality cognac has also on the plate there, that you get this fresh, sweet booziness. And it's like an after dinner drink kind of boozy. You know, after dinner drinks are more syrupy, heavier, sweeter, has that density to it, and it has that here. This is not like, you know, like a rum tropical cocktail. This is more that after dinner drink, like if you were gonna have, you know, when you think about limoncello is rich and syrupy. Cognac is fairly rich. Might have it as pre-dinner drink. Even if you have like port wine is more dense and syrupy, right, and sweet. Or like a Gewürztraminer or something like that. Like it just has that rich sweetness to the alcohol in here. But it smells like a fine cognac to me. Oh, it's beautiful. And it's just, this beautiful amber vanilla fragrance that just, and then there's this base of like vanilla, sandalwood, musky, tonka bean creamy, that there's just this creaminess to it. And this one is just so incredibly stunning. I told you, I like licked my hand by accident when I was wearing this because I was like, I literally wanted to eat it. And if this is going to be my most edible gourmands, I mean, come on. I literally was smelling this and went to eat my hand, which, you know, I kind of let myself go there for a second. Like it was that overwhelming of a drive. It just really triggers your brain, this one. It's incredible. Dolce Diablo. Another one that I did mention also in another video is by Unique Luxury. And so Scientific, I've really been loving on this. Even though I've had it for over a year, I've just really been loving on it lately, because it is this like waxes and wanes with what I can smell. It goes a little anosmic, then I catch my sillage. It's got an incredibly bewitching sillage, and with these fruits and this ambery vanilla kind of trail, and it's yummy. It's like strawberry and peach, and there's a little bit of cherry and plum in there too. And it's really just like these mixed fruits you get, and it's just this really tempting kind of trail of like, where did I get that smell of those fruits from? And it's this sweet ambery fruits that's just really kind of teases you a little bit, and it's very enticing. It's the word. It's a very enticing fragrance that I just love, the So Scientific. Another one that I have been wearing a lot lately and really falling in love with it again. And honestly, a lot of these, it's not that I fall out of love with it. It's just that I have more fragrances coming in the door that more distract me so much as me not being in love with them anymore. So I really love taking that time out and saying, time out. I want to like love on my collection for a little bit and enjoy some of them that are there that really didn't get enough time on my skin. And this one, yeah, when it came in the door, I had so many that came in the door and I didn't really wear it enough. And I have been loving on this one. And it is by Byron, and it is the Chronic Rouge Extreme. It is basically berries and melons and whipped cream. And it's just like fruit and whipped cream is like just an amazing fragrance that I can think of to wear. Like that to me makes me an edible girly treat. And again, you have that musk sandalwood amber that helps give it the body and the sillage and the longevity. But and the sweet pear, which I also love, the sweet pear and opening it. I have just really been loving this one. It's basically like fruit and whipped cream with that musky, creamy base. And yeah, I have been wearing this one a lot the last like week or two. The Chronic Rouge Extreme. The next one has new packaging now, and it is Mula Mula by also Byron. They changed it to the blue and the red bottles that I have these in. I have the old bottle for Mula Mula, and I got the new bottles for the Chronic and the Chronic Extreme, Rouge Extreme, but I have the old bottles for Mula Mula and Mula Mula Rouge Extreme. And honestly, all four are phenomenal. They're all four very different, but really good. This one is more like fruit and caramel. Oh, yeah, this one is a mixed fruit. This one is strawberry, raspberry, and peach, and you really get that strawberry, peach, and caramel. Like you really get this sweet caramel in there with that vanilla musk, and it's just another one that I just love, and I just spray myself liberally with this and just have the time of my life. I'm telling you, I love smelling like this, and I get nothing but compliments. I was at work the other day and saw someone that I frequently see, and we're really not supposed to wear fragrance at work, but I do. And I got you always smell so good and look to the nines, and honestly, I really felt like horse doo-doo this week, to be honest, so I thought it was really funny that she said that, but she's like, you always smell so good. I'm like, thank you. It's called Mula Mula that I'm wearing today. Like, I just love telling people it's Mula Mula. So it's definitely a compliment getter as well. You smell like a delicious fruity treat. Who doesn't want to smell like fruit and caramel? Okay, maybe not some of the guys I work with, but what girl doesn't want to? I just absolutely love this one. Okay, did you think I wasn't going to tell you about this baby? Hello? The new House of Sillage. I am like so over the moon over this. Oh my gosh, sweet dreams. Like, hello. All the cupcakes they've done, I mean, I think I have like 30, and they've never done an actual cupcake. I mean, I know some people are like, oh, it's so kitty-like, but when you see it in person, it's just too cute. Look at all these Swarovski crystals. There's a cherry on top, and yes, there's little gummy bears. Again, the French glass, and again, they have that 18 karat gold caps, and it says Sweet Dreams. Oh gosh. So the notes on this. Top notes are peach nectar, orange sanguine, and divana. The mid is narcotic osmanthus, and osmanthus smells like apricot. Indian jasmine, rum, in a base of amber woods, Patchouli Indonesia, and Cedarwood Atlas. Oh my gosh. So it opens up and I seriously smell like orange and like the yellowish color gummy bear. It's crazy how it smells like that. Because it's a sweetness, but it's a delicate sweetness like the way those gummies are. There's not like an overly sugary thing to them, right? But there's definitely a sweetness. You get a touch of that rum. It's a touch, and it's only in the beginning that I personally get it. I don't get it too strongly after that phase. It's like I get gummy bears, then I get like, this can sound crazy, but like cake batter with a touch of rum. The rum like comes and goes where it's like, ooh, rum. You get like this vanilla ambery kind of thing, but it's more like a patchouli. I guess like a vanilla patchouli kind of sweetness that gives it this sweet batter kind of feel to it. And I'll tell you, when I first sprayed this, I then fell asleep for a couple hours. I woke up, I don't remember for whatever reason, and when I woke up, I smelled my arm and I was like, holy cow, that smells amazing. It was such a beautiful, powerful, vibrant, fruity, like fruits and cake, kind of like. It was insane. I'm like, how did they do this? This is so perfect. This is literally that edible dessert, that fruity, edible, yum, delicious. It's incredible. You do get that. Divana has this like, almost like a patchouli kind of. It's this like earthy, greenery kind of thing. So hard to explain that one, but it leans almost like more musky than like patchouli, the way it's this like almost resinous kind of note. Okay, Divana is a sharp herbal bitter green note with a balsamic undertone. Okay, so me saying it's kind of patchouli-like, but more like a musky version of a patchouli is kind of how it is, and it gives this, the bitterness is like a bittersweet kind of. It's like got the bitterness, but like the way an artificial sweetener can be like a bittersweet kind of feeling is kind of how Divana is. Which I really get that undertone in here, which really keeps it from being this like cloyingly sweet thing. But it goes through the stage. I get the gummy bears, then I get this cake batter rum, and then I get this like the Divana and the patchouli kind of stage where that takes over. And then like 45 minutes, an hour from then, it's just, wow, a stunning fruity fragrance. I don't know if it's like I don't know if it is an anosmic kind of thing where I get the fruits in the opening and then they vanish and come back again to me. But I gotta tell you, this is a phenomenal gourmand. If you like these kind of gourmands that I've been talking about, like these fruity, edible, girly fragrances, and I would consider this one fairly feminine. Yeah, this one is incredible. And like, where have you been? Where have you been? Where have you been? I'm in love with this. And I know I keep saying that, but man, they are like hitting them out of the park lately, like one after another. You know, it's like, gosh, certain collections they have, I just fall head over heels for. The Noir one was challenging for me because I panicked because a lot of them were starring roles that I struggle with, like a leather one, you know, and a smoky one. And they're all like scent profiles I struggle with, and they did them amazing. But they aren't the way to my heart, the way these kind of sweets gourmands are, really have a place in my heart. So they're just killing it lately. They're killing it. And have you seen the candles? I'm going to tell you guys about that in another video. They now have matching candles to their signature collection, like Whispers of Truth. But anyway, yeah, I just get like peach, apricot, jasmine. I keep getting cake batter. Call me crazy. I just keep interpreting cake batter. It's so good. Okay. All right, enough of this. Okay. So yes, Sweet Dreams by House of Sillage. And how cute is this box with all the gummy bears all over it? Okay, another one, kind of along those lines. is by Profumo Aroma, and it is Confetto. This one is really old. I think it's like 1996. I absolutely love this house. I think I have like 12 or so now. I've accumulated a lot ever since I did that house overview. But Confetto, I do love how high in oils they are. Really shiny. What was that Lancome? Let's see. Iris Dragis, the one that smelled like Jordan almonds. So that one smelled like a really delicate kind of candied almond. There was something very delicate about it. This one has a more confectioner sugar like that's really there. It's not just this candied shell. It's confectioner sugar, candied shell, almond, a little touch of anise. Gives it that real like Italian kind of feel to it. In this vanilla amber musk kind of base, and it really smells like a beautiful dessert. It's a treat, these Confetto. It's incredible. But I will admit that the anise is a little problematic for a second for me, because as I spray it, I'm like, ooh, almonds, ooh, confectioner sugar, ooh, anise. And then the anise just kind of blends right in. And yes, where I'm from, we say anise. That's just how we say it where I'm from. Everyone has their way to pronounce it, anise, anise, but we always say anise. So I just love it. It does have a very powdery feel to it too, but that's that whole confectioner sugar kind of thing. That's like powdered sugar that I just love this. Another one that I just recently purchased at the 4th of July sale. I did get Peregrina by Tamin. I do have the limited edition bottle. This was the Valentine's Day edition. It's the same fragrance as the blue bottle. I thought it was kind of cool, kind of different to have it in red, kind of neat. Doesn't really matter though, it's same juice. I had gotten a sample of this from 2 different people. It was really funny and really enjoyed it. I didn't even realize I had 2 little decants of it. Or I might have held off, but no, I really liked it. And Alan doesn't do a whole lot of sales. He does a sale twice a year at Beverly Hills Perfumery, so I really wanted to take advantage. Not that many people carry this, so I really wanted to take advantage. And it's only a 50 ml too. But I don't know. I get totally Delina exclusive vibes. I even sprayed 2 here because I wanted to do a side by side. Now the opening is different. I definitely get a more sophisticated opening on this versus on here. I get more of that like pear, fruity, definite powdered sugar kind of vibe on the opening here. And the dry down is super hard to tell apart. It's incredible. There is oud in the Delina exclusive, which there is not in the Peregrina. And the way it wears, I really get that vanilla rose in there, which I love. I love that big, almost ambery kind of vanilla rose. And it's a beautiful sugared rose that I just love that profile. I just do. It's my thing. But I have to admit the dry down is super familiar. And I think there's more powdered sugar in the Delina. There's a more prominent powdered sugar there. But I'm wearing it. It was my scent for the day. It's just it's a little bit more sophisticated and demure kind of version to Delina exclusive. I still love this one too. I mean, this is an incredible fragrance that I love way more than the original. But Peregrina just feels like a more grown-up, a true more grown-up version, because it feels like the edges are a little more polished. It's a little less cutesy kind of smelling with that powdered sugar in there, but you still have that beautiful vanilla rose. I think it's incredible. There is this caramel note in here too, along with the vanilla that kind of richens it up. So it's more of a caramel kind of vanilla versus that really powdery, powdered sugar vanilla that's in this one. But there is still powdery notes in here that, especially at the dry down, it gets a little more powdery, but not, I don't think as much of a powdered sugar as the Delina exclusive. But if you like one, you are definitely gonna like the other. The next one is by Xerjoff. I haven't talked enough about Xerjoff lately because I have so many of them and I felt like I was talking about them all the time. But it is an exclusive to Selfridges, which they do ship globally, so anybody can buy it, just go on their website. However, they do not take returns of perfume if it was shipped to you internationally. And it is coral. It does not get a whole lot of attention. A lot of people talk about Herba Gold, or at least I have talked about Herba Gold, which is another one. They have the Herba Pura, which is fruits, and then they have Herba Gold, which is like orangey, fleshy fruits, like your peaches and nectarines. And then they have coral, which is also in a yellow bottle, which is another fruity fragrance. But this one, now if Herba Pura is the sharpest, and then Herba Gold is a little softer because it's these sweet, orangey, juicy, fleshy stone fruits. This one, this is really funny. Like I get a lot of banana when I first smell it. It's just fruit notes, mixed fruit again. But I really get banana in there. Like I can pull out the banana from it. But it has this also this like floral and powdery essence to it, where it's just a little bit more of a demure, sophisticated kind of version to it, to still being this fruity treat. It just has that feminine fruity treat kind of flair that I personally love in a fragrance. It's in, again, a musk, vanilla, sandalwood kind of base. All of these have that give it that same kind of aura of that like smooth, sweet, creamy kind of base. But the fruits in here and the orris gives it a really nice powdery, but a different kind of powdery, where it's more of like this baby powder kind of acid versus a powdered sugar kind of powdery. But it is that fruit bowl again, and it's some sweet fruits. It's different fruits than the other two, Herba Pura and Herba Gold, but it is beautiful. And because it's just a Selfridges exclusive, it opens with that banana and then it smooths out to this like fruity, powdery, floral, delicate but bold. Like there's a softness to the profile while still being a powerful fragrance that I just think coral is stunning. In any case, that is my roundup of beautiful, edible gourmands, edible, feminine, fruity gourmands that I just love to wear, and some of my favorites here. Let me know down below some of your favorites, or if you've tried any of these, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah.